it's me again. So I thought this week's video I would maybe try and summarise a bit of all of the other things that I've been doing, because basically I started to take some videos recently as a kind of exercise to listen to myself a bit more and to overcome certain fears I have. And I feel like it's maybe helped me to realise that I want to kind of do some kind of project related to encouraging people to travel. And yeah, I think it's been a bit of a labour of love, and I wanted to just go into a bit of my backstory, things that I've noticed along this month of just doing these videos and hopefully trying to define some kind of direction. So yeah, it's a bit of a random one, but yeah, hopefully I can bring some of these ideas to life, and hopefully this video inspires you in some way. So yeah, about a month ago, I posted my first video, and in that video I spoke about the fact that I just wanted to, something inside me was telling me that I just need to kind of speak more and kind of follow my voice more. And yeah, in the video I said that I always kind of often just stood behind others, and I think I just need to see what kind of cool things that I can make and what things speak to me too. So yeah, basically started making some videos, and it turned out that they all kind of had a consistent theme, which was I guess encouraging people to travel, making friends, but yeah, it was mainly kind of encouraging people to travel, and maybe specifically targeting people who are a bit scared of it or don't have the confidence to do it or could really benefit from it. Me trying to speak to them and telling them to do it because I think it would be really life-changing for them. And yeah, it's been nice for me because I think those thoughts were always inside of me, but I just had never really released them. I didn't really know who to release them to, or I guess they were closeted thoughts that I always thought about, and it's nice to hear them come to fruition. And yeah, I think it just kind of made me realise how important it was for me to travel. I think I'll maybe insert a picture of me on my first travel ever when I went to Vietnam, and there's a picture of me on a bike, and I look very happy, and I was just kind of yeah, we found this random town, and we were just cycling around, and then we went to get some food, and luckily actually my dad came with me. But that trip was my first trip away properly, and I don't know, just completely opened my mind. And yeah, I think I just wanted, something in that picture just speaks of how healing it was and how fun it was too, and how much of an adventure it was. And yeah, it was just a kind of big adventure, and it enabled me to kind of get to know myself and understand who I was outside of kind of other stuff in life, and it just really was beneficial to me. And yeah, I think it's also as I kind of grow older, I begin to kind of realise that the world isn't always, we live in a world that can be quite anxious. Sometimes we can feel quite trapped by the world. It can feel quite intense or heavy sometimes to just I don't know, exist, and you have to think about all these adult things, and equally sometimes maybe you're not happy with the way the world is going or whatever, so sometimes it can feel quite weighty just to kind of be. And I think that's kind of why traveling was really nice, because, and is really kind of beneficial, because it gives you a space to just enjoy yourself and appreciate the beauty of the world, and not think about it in this kind of serious materialistic or serious way of needing to kind of acquire things, and but more just in a way of appreciating it. and appreciating its nature, appreciating its people, appreciating the difference in the way people think, appreciating not knowing what's going to happen then the following day, appreciating all of the little small adventures that go on, appreciating sunsets, appreciating freezing cold, appreciating doing things that put you out of your comfort zone, appreciating things that kind of bring you into yourself, appreciating discovering new things. It just kind of like makes you feel astounded by the world. And I think that's quite important, this idea of appreciation in a world which often tells us to not appreciate things. For example, if you look at advertisements on the street, they're usually telling you to, like, not appreciate your body. Maybe you need to like buy a certain thing, or lose a bit of weight to suddenly appreciate yourself, or you can't appreciate the current place that you're staying because you need to be thinking about the next flat or house you want to get. Like, we're constantly surrounded by things telling us that what we already have is not enough, and that we can't appreciate the now, or what is. We always need to look something further ahead. So I just think it's good that there is an experience which I found to be traveling that just enabled me to like appreciate things and life a lot more. And I think now, I'm able to appreciate things in my day-to-day life, but I think really traveling helped me to get to that point. And I think as well, we live in a society which often kind of prioritizes like our minds and our capacity to kind of like do things and achieve things and whatever. And I just think that our society often kind of disregards more of the kind of internal emotional side of us. And I think traveling is nice in that sense, because it just gets you more in touch with who you are outside of like having to perform certain things, or like work towards a certain goal. I've been reading a book by Charles Dickens recently, and it's quite interesting because there is that kind of struggle within the book, like about whether we should always be using our minds, or whether we should be using our hearts, or being more in touch with our hearts. And at one point there is a character, I've got the book here because I wanted to read you out this quote, but a character says, "Some persons hold that there is a wisdom of the head, and that there is a wisdom of the heart. I have not supposed it so, but as I have said, I must trust myself now. I have supposed the head to be all sufficient." I just think, in society we're often told that the kind of wisdom of the head is like more important than the wisdom of the heart. And I just believe that like we're often told to do things kind of based on reason, but rather based off of like the way we feel. And I think we just should all dedicate a bit more time to like our own emotions, our own kind of like idiosyncrasies, and our own kind of like internal things. And I like that about traveling, because it's like you don't really achieve anything material through it. If anything, you're kind of like throwing material stuff away because you're spending money. But in terms of like how much you can gain from it, in terms of just like filling you with appreciation of the world, I just think that's really invaluable. And I just really like the fact that it has that kind of lesson. And I mean, I guess everybody travels and they gain different things. Some people they learn a lot internally. Some people it's more like I don't know, like maybe it helps them to get over something. I know people who it's helped them to get over like a breakup, or it's helped them to get over I don't know, like a drink or substance abuse problem, or they just felt a bit like isolated in life, and they felt a bit alienated by the world, and it helped them to kind of like find their place in the world again. And I just think, yeah, like it's really nice that traveling has like the power to cure people. And yeah, I mean, so yeah, I just think I would love to be a proponent for that kind of for that idea, because I don't know, I think something quite unique about me is, yeah, I think I just like making people feel good about themselves, or making them feel like they can do things that they didn't feel that they could, and helping them to reach their potential, and to see how great they are. So I think, yeah, this kind of idea, I don't really know where it came from, but I just feel like driven to make it a reality. And yeah, I'm not really sure where this project is going to go, but I want to kind of like protect it, and I want to kind of like grow it in some way. And yeah, I just think traveling really helped me personally to give me some time to like just kind of understand myself more, and that then puts you in good stead for whatever happens in your life. And I think it just makes you feel more of a kind of yeah, like, I don't know, I guess it gives you some inner confidence and trust in yourself. And yeah, that's really really important, I think. And yeah, I would just like that I could help other people in that way if they felt that they needed it. And yeah, I think I'm not really sure where this project is going to take me. I think I have some ideas at the moment that I maybe would like to kind of like, I want it to just be like a resource for people who are considering travelling or don't know much about it and want to know more, to kind of find out about it and see if it's something that they're interested in. And yeah, I just want to, maybe it could be like some tips, or maybe it could be like suggested places to go, or just kind of to get people on, kind of like make people who are considering do it actually bite the bullet and do it. Because I think a lot of us kind of stop at different hurdles for different reasons. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of encourage people to do it, because yeah, I think it's just will be a really special moment for them. I think as well, I kind of thought a lot about me in this whole project. Like, I think subconsciously I was picturing my younger self, and I was thinking, like, could I create a resource for my younger self so that maybe I would have been, had the confidence to have travelled a bit earlier? Because I definitely did have that desire, but I left it a few years late. And I just wanted, myself to help somebody who was like me, who just felt a bit lost in the world, to kind of encourage me to just kind of like, yeah, go and do it, and explore, and yeah, just like get to see the world. And so yeah, I think, yeah, maybe I still kind of need to think about a name for it. I've got lots of ideas, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I want it to be something related to traveling or backpacking. I might actually do something related to a globe. Wait, I'm going to show it to you. Yeah, I was thinking maybe to do it to a globe, because I said in another video that my dad and me used to look at a globe together every night before I went to bed, and it just is a nice memory for me. And yeah, I think also it is related to traveling and just kind of like exploration, and thinking about new places to visit. And I don't know, I think that personal element of it, maybe that could go in it somewhere. But yeah, I guess as you can see, like, I don't really have all the answers now. And yeah, I think I'm trying to teach myself that that's okay. I think something that I've struggled with in the past, or it's just like an Achilles heel of mine, is that I try and plan everything to like the nth degree, and I try to already have all the answers. And something that I'm trying to just work on this year is kind of going with the flow of things without having the answers, and being much more instinctive and intuitive, because sometimes, I don't know, like sometimes we only find answers later on, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't start something. So yeah, I'm just trying to go with the flow with things and see what happens. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas of how I could help you, you know, with your travels, then let me know. But yeah, at the moment I guess I'm kind of thinking of yeah, continuing videos, because I think visual learning is really accessible. I'm thinking of writing maybe like some small articles that can kind of help people with their travels, and how, you know, like things they may need to consider bringing, or how to get over certain mental blocks, or yeah, like thinking about different countries, and you know, like how to kind of like think about your trip, volunteering, stuff like that. And I was even thinking of doing something like a kind of, I don't know, like I know there's a platform called Calendly, and you can basically like book in a call with somebody, and yeah, like setting something like that up, so that if anybody wanted to call me, well, they could, and we could like have a discussion about what their kind of interests were in traveling, and maybe kind of get them to a point where they wanted to travel, or if they just wanted to ask me questions or whatever. And yeah, I just want it to kind of be for anybody really. I'm sure as time comes on it'll become more clear, but yeah, I guess it's like a exciting thing that I'm going to try and plug away at. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what comes of it, but I'm kind of I'm learning a lot through just being more instinctive, that's for sure. And it's definitely taught me that, yeah, I don't need to plan everything out. Sometimes it's better to just like take things one step at a time. So yeah, one final thing that I think has kind of got me to this project is, I think, you know, like I've always been quite a curious person, and I've always kind of like had an affinity towards curious people or thinkers. For example, like there's a film that I like called Pan's Labyrinth, and yeah, it's about a girl, kind of like, it's set in the Spanish Civil War, and like all of this kind of like war is happening, but in another kind of like fantasy world. She kind of starts learning about these monsters that live there, and she's kind of like the only one who has the capacity and the imagination to kind of like discover things about this other world and unlock them. And I don't know, it's just like I really admire her character, because she is so curious, and you know, like all of the other people around her kind of say she's like stupid, or you know, like she's into these like weird kind of like things, and they kind of criticize her for being a bit strange and not really like following the status quo. And I just really admire that kind of drive to be curious and always question things, and question things that other people aren't questioning. And I think curiosity kind of is kind of interweaving with traveling. You know, when you go on a big backpacking trip, you know, I think a lot of it is this kind of you being curious about the world and wanting to learn about different people and different cultures. And I think if you can kind of look at the world in that way and let the world teach you things, I just think that's really honourable. And yeah, I just think that's really like a cool thing that traveling enables people to do. Like we can learn stuff, and it can like make us better people essentially, and make us more understanding and more empathetic. And yeah, I just really think that I would like to be a proponent for that idea, because I think curiosity, not judging people, being empathetic, they're all things that the world needs, and we're not really taught them, and they're not really encouraged that much. But I do think they're just really important values. And yeah, I just want to be in a world where people practice that more often, and if I can encourage that in you or in one of your friends or whatever, it would be a great honour for me. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end that video here because it was a bit kind of rambling. I don't really know what I was trying to say, but I think I just wanted to sum up everything I've learned in this last month and maybe try and like suggest some kind of project that I'm gonna try and realise. And yeah, I guess I will, yeah, like see you next week. And yeah, hopefully in some time I'll be able to kind of create some kind of resource that could serve people in the long run who are, yeah, kind of curious about traveling, and yeah, don't really know where to start. And yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for watching this. It means a lot to me. I know there's not many people who watch it, but it means a lot to me that I'm doing this because I just think it's really healthy for me. But yeah, if you do watch this and you find it at all useful, then that also means a lot to me too. So yeah, well, thank you very much, and yeah, have a lovely weekend, have a lovely week. Bye.